Hey, this is Bill, and I wanted to go ahead and do an overview of the eTrader software that is exclusively being released by iPro Network. First, we log in and we see the dashboard here. This is also very user-friendly on a phone. If you reduce the screen here to phone size, you'll see that it works very well in a responsive environment. Here it has the mobile menu. But we'll go ahead and expand it out for this video. So what we have here is education that'll be out on cryptocurrency so that people can learn about what they're doing. This signal section here, I'm going to address that in just a moment. But over here on the left-hand side, we see we have also the auto trader. And we have right now Bittrex and Poloniex integrated as far as two exchanges that it can trade with, both of them actually simultaneously. So that's interesting, and they do plan on adding a number more exchanges, the ones that have good APIs. But let's take a look at Bittrex here, because this is the one that I'm linked up with right now and using regularly. Here you see the Bitcoin balance in the account. I'm currently involved in 32 active trades. It gives you, here's where you simply paste in your API settings. So very easy to integrate this and have it communicate with Bittrex. Then what you do is you adjust these three settings, and that's all you do. First, you determine how much Bitcoin you're going to risk by making sure that Bitcoin is in your account. And then you determine, number one, amount of Bitcoin you want to risk per trade. It has to be higher than 0.001. So here I'm using 0.1, and there's a website that I love. It's called Prev.com, and Bitcoin right now is at 11,300. If we do 0.1, we'll see that I'm risking $1,100 per trade, and so we know that that's what it is. Here then you adjust your risk option, and you have low, medium, and high risk. What the software is doing is it's actually analyzing lots of data about the coins that it's about to engage in. It'll do a 5-year historical analysis if the coin has 5 years of history. And then it'll take, buy order volumes, sell order volumes, run it through a number of algorithms and trading strategies. And in 7 seconds, it will compile that data and then make a decision on the trade. As you move up to medium and high risk, you can get higher rewards, gains, but you're also ignoring some of the algorithm data that can put you in a more awkward situation, or you're looking for a higher reward, and so it will hold that trade longer. And anytime you're willing to hold longer, you can also, the value can go the other way on you. So that's what you do there. All my trading at this point has been on low risk. And then here's a setting that you hold the coin until the price target is met on the exchange. So if the software is looking for a 1%, 2, 3, 4% gain on that trade, then it will not sell until that is met, even if the price goes the other way. On the other hand, you can have the software sell it even if the target is not met. So I like to hold, because most things are going to come back if they go down. And now with a number of days of trading, I see the software doing a good job. So the first thing we see here is the open orders. These are the 32 open orders that are in my Bittrex account waiting to sell. And then we have the trading history. And so we see the date over here, the 18th, which would be today. And here's a couple trades that have taken place. Why don't we just take a look at it? NBT. I'm not even sure what that coin is. But so when we see the sell, we have to find the buy. And so we look down the pairing here. I'm looking for NBT. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So it purchased it today at 3 o'clock, and purchased 1,200 coins. And what we see here is the total price. So let's copy that out, and we'll go move it over here. So we see that it purchased those 1,200 coins for $554. And so we knew it happened at 3:05. And then it made the sell at a number of hours later, regardless, about 7 hours later. And it actually got this as the sell value. So 554, and the sell was 1166. So 1166 minus 553. So that was a $600 profit on that trade. And if we do 613 divided by 1166, we see it was actually, if I'm doing that right, it looks like it was a 52% gain on that particular trade. Now, I'm actually surprised to see that, and that is not common. But there might have been a real fast fluctuation in prices, and so it did an incredible job on that one there. Let's take another one. And this one here, we have Bitcoin to XVG. I think that's Verge. We see 9,553 coins. So let's do a search for that. XVG. We have to look for the green ones here. Looks like this was a pretty old buy. And what that tells you is that, it's really amazing that the software is purchasing. Here's 11,000. So this is probably the purchase, and what it did is it didn't, here's this 11,000 sold off here. Let's take this one while we've got it, since it's right in front of us. So here's the buy, 11,000 coins. We have $1,100 spend on that trade, and it looks like it turned right around and sold it. And here we have, it was a 1148, 1171. So there's like a $23 gain. XVG. Let's see if we can still find that other one. XVG. Here's XVG. It bought 6,000 of them. It's very nice that you don't have to really track all this stuff. You can allow the software to buy and sell it for you. Here's another XVG, but it's only 220. I'm looking for a 9,000. Here's a 230. Well, as far as the history is, I don't have it, so could have missed it somewhere. Let's go find another one. Here we have BCC. That was a buy. Here we have XEM, and it was almost 1,100 coins, 1,092 coins. Let's see if we can find XEM. I think that's New Economy Movement. Looking at the green ones here, XMR, XEM, there it is. So here we're going to take our total buy, and we see that is 1146, And now we go up to the other one. 1146 we look for here. And we see that this one was a 1167. So again, about a $20 profit there. So it looks like a lot of my gains are going to be around a $20 with considering the price of Bitcoin and the 0.1 setting. It looks like it's going to be about $20. If I was to up this, say to a 0.2 Bitcoin per trade, then you'd probably be looking at the software looking to target double that amount. So you'd be looking about $40 profit per successful sell order. So that's a little bit about Bittrex. Poloniex, they're actually still integrating Poloniex right now. So you're not going to see any live data from my account, but they do have some of the trading that was taking place before they started to work on it. And the Poloniex report from the exchange into the software is different. It actually will reveal the data similar to this, where you see your starting price, your target price, and it shows you actually the percent gain right here. So here you see 1, 1.4, 0.86, and these are just taking place as the software sits and does the trading. And you can see more. Here's a nice gain at 5%. Here's one at 4.69. The yellow means that when it did its analysis, it decided it was not meeting the parameters, so it suspended the trade and it didn't go through. So you can see here just all of the data, all of the trades going through. Oh, here's an impressive 10%, but you see those are rare, right? There's a lot of the ones and even less than ones, etc. Okay. So the real risk though here is that the software could buy a coin, and because it's real life with real people that are fairly unpredictable, the price of a coin could tank and you'd end up owning that coin. And you may, it may be days, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be never if that coin comes back. And so with that, it's not a bad idea to look at your open orders, whether you do it here in the software or on in your exchange account. If you see something's been sitting around, you may want to check the price, do a little research on the coin, and manually sell off. So then we have the signals. I had mentioned that from the dashboard. This is actually giving you signals here, whether or not you want to engage manually. Now, this is not pulling data live right now, but you can actually have push notifications come to you. And if you want to go to the exchange yourself and manually seek to execute that trade perfectly, then you can be looking at potentially these kinds of gains on your successful trade. Again, that is a perfect execution, but and it's just an example, but it gives you an idea what you could go out and trade. The webinars are going to be lots of education using the software, cryptocurrency, etc. And then the settings, pretty simple. There's going to be a chat. You'll be able to engage and, of course, upload an avatar. So that's an overview of the software. It certainly is exciting to be part of that. I don't know about you. I've done some day trading. It can take an awful lot of time staring at a computer screen. So it's nice to have the software do a good portion of that trading on your behalf. Of course, you have to stay engaged if trades don't execute in a certain period of time that you feel is right, and then any kind of research that you need to do yourself. The other thing I might mention is you can go into your Bittrex account. So for example, if you were going over the open trades here, And let's go to these open trades. And if I saw this, and I heard recently that something like Ethereum was about to spike, or Ethereum Classic, or any of these, right? Here's Cardano. If I got the sense that these coins were going to really spike, I could actually go to my Bittrex account and I could cancel that order. Let's do that. That's a good thing to do here in the video. So let's just take this Litecoin order, okay? Not even one Litecoin. And here's the sell price here. So let's go into Bittrex. I always like to tell people, if you don't have two-step authentication set up, you're really putting yourself in risk. It's not very complicated to figure out. And now let's go ahead. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the orders in this case. We're going to look for that Litecoin order and look at actually canceling it. So I don't see it here. We can either search for it, LTC, or we can just expand the order list. So here we go down the list, and here's the LTC right here, less than 1 and so forth. So what I can do is I could actually come over here, cancel the order, and then that's going to sit in my Bittrex account and no longer be available to the software. And what you can see, let's go over to the wallets real quick. So what we have here, again, let's expand this down. And when we look at the coins, you'll see there's an available balance, and then you have this reserved column. And what the reserve is, these are the coins that are already set up in sell orders, right? So if we wanted to find the Litecoin, here's the Litecoin set up, and you see it's in the reserved, it's not available. Now, the other thing I could do actually is I could cancel this order here and then reset it up as a sell order and add this in. This is, probably some incredibly insignificant amount of money, but if I wanted to zero it out, I could do that. So you're seeing some of the flexibility. If you want to override the software, cancel an order because you want to hold on to that coin, you have the ability to do so. So I think we'll end the video there. It's really fantastic software, and I definitely encourage you to really think about getting the software for yourself.